This is a new build in the past 2 years in the pandemic. We, through August, the HMG team, we created an innovation accelerator inside the physical summits, and then certainly in the digital world. We do one once a month. You won't want to miss this. Trust me, Reza, you won't want to miss it. Once a month, we highlight top-tier, world-class, global companies that are innovating, disrupting, reimagining, reinventing the enterprise, and keeping it safe and secure. We bring it right to your desktop. You can go to your favorite, hmgstrategy.com, and look under the Innovation Accelerator, right in August, and then punch on that and register straight through for the next year, and you'll be pre-registered for the next 12. You'll be very excited because you're going to see companies before the big guys on Sand Hill see the companies. You'll have a chance to look and take a look at the companies that are coming to us because they want to meet all of you all, which is pretty unbelievably cool when you think about it. It's think Y Combinator on a global level, accelerating the best founders, CEOs. So if you know any founders, CEOs, I want to crowdsource here, guys. Hey guys, in the back, I'm talking. If you know any founders, CEOs around the world that want to roll their company out on the largest digital highway platform, independent network of tech leaders in the world, 500,000 worldwide, send them to Hunter Muller, Hunter M at HMG Strategy, or give him my phone number, 203-981-5599. Seriously.
I just took over all your multi-factor accounts.
Okay, on to the content. As a little, just want to make sure everyone was with me or awake. What's new and different? Carter, you're first out of the gate.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Carter Busse. I'm the CIO at Workato. Thanks for having us here, by the way. Good audience. We spoke at HR Tech in Las Vegas. 10,000 people supposed to come, 15 in the session. So.
Oh, really?
Great attendance.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are a cloud-first integration-led automation company. We have 7,000 customers that use our about 1,500 connectors to really automate business processes across their business. I think Sherry spoke about connecting data. That's what we do. We connect data across multiple applications to allow business process automation. If you're a cloud-first company, a lot of SaaS applications in your environment, you need to connect the data and do automated process across those applications. We're the platform for it.
How big are you and who backed you?
We are about 700 people. We got Battery, Redpoint, Insight has invested in us.
Insight out of New York?
Insight.
Yep.
Or local?
Yeah, I think they are in New York.
So what round are you in now?
We are in D.
Got it. Yeah, the Insight would come in later. That's right. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Thanks, Carter, for being here. Muddu, you're up.
Yeah, what would you like to know, Hunter? What's
going to happen in the future?
What? Wow, I don't think I know that answer to that, but I can tell you where I'm going.
Where are you going?
Where I'm going to the Neverland, promised land, right? We're all going to go to some place where you don't have to have people doing all the work. AI should do the work, and I can ski with you and sit on the beach, have Mai Tai.
Let's do it. So why is AI so important right now?
So I think, look, I just with more seriousness, I've been doing this Aisera company with close to 4 years. Before that, I was at ServiceNow, and before that, I was at Splunk with my friend here, Snehal. Right? I think, look, AI has it's a journey. I call it a first inning of the 10-year journey that's going on. There's a lot more to happen, but there's a lot of promise in AI, right? So there's a lot of use cases, like I said, companies like Zoom, Workday, Chug. I mean, we have a whole lot of use cases like Amgen, Snowflake.
Those are clients of yours.
They're all clients of ours, and they're all using it, and they're getting their work done. Starting from.
So at Snowflake? Stop there. At Snowflake, what did Frank Slootman see in you why is he using Aisera?
Because I'm a pretty boy for him.
Okay, all right. Let's not go there. Okay. So why is it working?
Why is it right? Look, you know Frank. If you know Frank, look.
I know him very well.
And I work for him at ServiceNow, right? So look, they wanted us to automate all the work that's going on, from a revenue operation to customer service to support. Look, it's Snowflake, guys, in the Silicon Valley. They're the hottest company last year. They went IPO. So they can't keep up with the demand. They can't throw people at the problem, right? People are adding Snowflake instances left and right. So to add those questions and answers and to automate those requests, they need it.
So how do you do it? How does Aisera do it? And then what's the USP about Aisera?
Yeah, how do we do it? Look, at the end of it, it's a self-service to the users. You decentralize the problem, you consumerize it so that the users can do it with AIs handling all the requests and the workflows. And that's where somebody like Workato will help us also on where we want to go.
So you have competitors though. Why are you better than MoveWorks?
Oh, always. I'm better than those guys for many reasons.
Why?
First of all, better customers, better revenue, better team, better technology.
Okay. Okay.
That's why you should not invest in those kind of companies. You should invest in companies like us.
You didn't ask me. I would have written you a check.
I'm too expensive for you.
I know. Call me next time early. I'd like to be the early check. Over to Snehal. Snahal's had some insane success. Little context for people who don't know your company, don't know your background. By the way, this is no bullshit. This is totally unplugged. What's different about here at HMG Strategy was we talk about the truth. What really matters, right? So Snehal, I want to take us back probably 15 years ago. You're in GE's boardroom. He's talking to Jeff Immelt. What happened when he wanted you to explain the cloud? Everyone knows the little company GE used to be 100 billion. Now it's like what? 1/10 the size?
I'm trying to remember what version of the lie I told you, so I'm consistent. Now, you know, I met Hunter. I was, you know, in your jobs as a CIO at GE Capital, and you know, trying to come in and persuade a company like GE that had just gutted all of their tech talent and outsourced it all, that tech is a competitive advantage, and trying to explain the agility of the cloud, how that comes to the table, the agility of DevOps, building the right operating system for your business, which is what Muddu is really doing with AI, and trying to get a company that leveraged technology as a back office function to using tech as a competitive advantage. And that journey and that transformation was just an awesome experience. And I believe the phrase at the end was, "Thank you for counseling bravely," if that's the version of the lie that I told you.
Well, it was a little more than that, I think. It was a little more than that. It didn't really end in a pretty ending in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't end really well for Jeff Immelt. If you see on the front page of the Wall Street Journal about 5-10 years ago, right? He used to have 2 jets flying him around the world. I don't know why you'd be that paranoid.
Yeah.
It was crazy, right?
It was crazy. And, you know, if you kind of build
So
on
bring
that,
it fast forward. So you went Splunk, then you went, because this is how crazy this guy is. He was in JSOC. That's off the record, no tweeting. JSOC, you're tracking down Bin Laden? Who are you tracking down?
yeah, we should not put that on social media. Well, so I left GE Capital as a CIO after Capital got sold off. Became the CTO at Splunk. Muddu and I got to work together, and we did awesome things. Took a break from industry, and I joined the special operations community. Really rare to leave as a 37-year-old from industry and join special ops. Worked 4 years of the hardest, most meaningful work of my career. Grew as a leader in incredible ways. Met my co-founder, and we started Horizon 3. So a third of Horizon 3 are retired special operations hackers, all based in the US. 2/3 are startup engineers and know how to build and ship code. And what we try to solve is this idea of continuous automated pen testing. And how do we help you find, fix, and verify security problems before criminals exploit them? And so it's an interesting fusion of military culture in the special operations world combined with startup culture and using that to disrupt. And honestly, we have no issues hiring talent because of how important culture is to attracting them. And there's a lot of allure to this kind of mix of the special operations and the startup worlds coming together.
So talk to us about the corporate experience on scale and what you knew what worked and didn't work, because you saw a lot of transformational initiatives just die, right? And what it's like being an entrepreneur in driving a successful go-to-market, one of the fastest growth stories, right, in your A through A and B round?
Yeah, so an interesting challenge, whether it was at GE Capital, when I first walked into a meeting at GE, people thought I was there to fix the projector, right? And that was just the culture. And now the challenge is, how do you evolve to leverage tech as a competitive advantage and earn a seat at the table? And in 22 months at GE Capital, we generated $6 billion of additional revenue, unforecasted, leveraging tech as a competitive advantage. And that was a really big deal, leveraging data as an asset and so on and so forth. At Splunk, I mean, Muddu and I saw this massive growth at Splunk, but the challenge when you're growing that fast is, how do you maintain culture in a company when you're doubling headcount every 2 years? You have all these folks coming in, they're super insecure, they're trying to earn their right, they're territorial, they're eager to be offended. And how do you grow at that scale while maintaining a focus on competitive advantage? And we had mixed experiences in that high growth environment. And then in the DoD, once again, people show up, they think you're there to fix a projector. The consistent theme, no matter what the size of the company was, the culture is all about, how do you create a competitive advantage as quickly as possible that is durable, and fiercely protecting that competitive advantage. And in the startup world, it's even more important because you're cash poor. So everything you do on a daily basis is deciding what not to implement. And every engineering resource you have better create an advantage, or you're going to struggle. And we've been laser focused.
So interesting, a little background on Signal Fire, you went with them?
Yeah, so we did, in less than 2 years, We went from a seed round to a Series A to a Series B, and grew the company. We did 50 customers in our first year of sales, which is unheard of as an enterprise security company. And honestly, the question earlier in the previous session around how do you keep up with the adversary and talent, both of them. We built pen testing products designed for non-security people. So it's network engineers, it's IT administrators that run self-service pen tests, almost like a sparring partner for their IT infrastructure so that they can fix problems ahead of time. And what we found is in less than 7 minutes, we went from unauthenticated user to fully owning and domain admin of a bank. And they had every Gucci tool you could imagine, and not a single alert got triggered. Because Muddu and I talk about this, and Workato becomes important too, we don't have a tools problem in security anymore. We have an effectiveness problem. And how do you start to improve your effectiveness in order to get ahead of the adversary? And integration through Workato, being able to leverage Aisera as the operating system for your business so you can spend your time creating a competitive advantage, and then using that to proactively fix problems in security before you're in the news.
So you guys are all friends, the three of you.
At least two of us.
I'm always friends with him.
Carter, over to you. You want to jump in?
No, this is a great. You connect all the dots.
Oh yeah, this is what I do.
Just like Horizon, they're trying to give this tool to people just not who are security experts, right? Workato does a great job doing that too. Everyone in this room has over 100 SaaS apps, right? We're all asked to connect all the applications together, not just IT, but your business wants you to move at the speed of light and connect all these dots and all these applications and all this data together. We provide that application so that IT can move at the speed of business. And we also provide a part of our tool and our foundation is we provide our guardrails and governance to allow IT to give our tool to the business so they can actually do their own automations, their own integrations, and their own process improvements, and then allow IT to actually push the changes to production without having to impact your data. We actually found this to be quite true. We have 7,000 customers, and 600 of our top customers we studied, 45% of the automation integrations they built on the Workato platform was built by the business and not IT. And we're finding that very, very, very much across our customer base. And IT leaders, much like you, are probably struggling with this right now to move at the speed of business, but we provide that platform for you.
How long have you been with Workato?
I've been there about a year.
And why'd you go there?
Thanks you for asking that question. I've bought our competitors twice in the past, and I've had to build a team around my integration team and developer space. I saw Workato 2.5 years ago, and the light bulbs went off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can put this tool in my business, move fast, and actually give it to the business to do their own automations. And when I heard this role was open a year ago, I called up Vijay and Bhaskar, many of you guys know, and I said, I want that job. I've been to 3 IPOs because I've gotten to companies that I know are solving IT challenges, and this is a common challenge for all of us in this room, and that's why, and I got the job after, and I wrote the job description, I'm here.
And where do you typically sell into? What part of
we sell into this audience, okay. And then we sell into RevOps, Sales Ops, Marketing Ops.
Okay.
Any operation on a SaaS platform trying to automate their business or integrate apps, we sell them.
Great stuff. Thanks,
Thank
Connor.
you. Yeah, thanks
Before you ask a question, let me add something about Snehal made a comment. So I think for all the CIOs and VPs, the one thing that I want to do is what Snehal has done is a great example. Look at it. He transitioned from a career as a CIO to a CTO. I remember in 2014, he talked about he had the passion to be a leader to start a company. He's now doing that, right? I think, look, the key for all these things is what Hunter does in his events is the bets. You guys are leaders. Where you are, if you're not making a bet every quarter, don't be in the job. Give it to somebody else next to you, sitting there. If you are a CEO, if you don't invest on technology and companies, it's not about investing on people. I talked to Tony about it. People are easy to come and go, but investing on technology takes an effort. By making those bets, you may get fired. So don't count out your RSUs. That's what Snehal is talking about. It's too comfortable when you're in large companies looking at the stock that you have, the cash position you have, and say, you know what, I don't want to take a bet. But you as a leaders are designed to make bets. Look at Elon Musk or look at Jeff Bezos. So the more bets you make, some will succeed, some won't succeed. 1 out of 10 may succeed. That's the view that Snehal had. He had a passion to create his own company, right? So he started from a CIO to be a CEO of his own company. So that is what this event is all about with Hunter, right? Right. Each of you guys can create your own companies. It's a democracy. It's the greatest time to be an entrepreneur right now. The money is cheap. It's coming from everywhere. Asia, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, where you are, right? Hunter is an investor. HMG Ventures is there, right?
That's right.
He's going to take the money here and get it back to you as an investor.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Go ahead now.
So back to Aisera.
What do you want to know again?
Again, like you guys have been really successful. What's the ideal enterprise look like? Again, in terms of size, scale, and what's your pipeline look like? How many clients, prospects do you have?
Yeah, no, very good questions. Look, the ideal question for me in terms of a customer is any enterprise customer all the way down to SMB, like even like 100, 200 employee companies, right? So the way in which AI today we do it is we automate your help desk for internal employees. If you are a 100 employee company, you don't need IT, for example, but customer service is an area where we engage with you. All the way down to AI ops, something I talked to Rob, to you many times, which is how can you automate your operations? AI ops is like today you should not be hiring DevOps people. If you're hiring a DevOps person, think twice. If you're hiring a cloud administrator, think twice. Similarly, if you're hiring somebody to do your customer service, don't do that. Look at what Eric Yuan has done with Zoom. Their renewal operations, that is, if you renew today with Zoom, in terms of billing, subscriptions, everything goes through Aisera. They don't have a renewal teams there, guys, anymore. They have some small teams, but all the first call should happen with AI. Any repetitive complex tasks. If you are hiring you're a sales leader, if you're a CRO in this group, first thing is, see if you can automate those jobs. And again, you're not automating, but eliminating the jobs. Those people also want to move up. Why? Those people also want to make money like a Hunter. They want to make millions too. They don't want to get 100K OTE or 200K OTEs, right? You want to make $1 million. So people want to move up in life. So all the mundane tasks, whether it's done at a customer service level, whether it's done at an IT level, all the way to sales level, can be automatable. That's what Aisera is doing. So we are going by organization, by department. So I go to IT first, then I go to customer service. I'm going to Workato. He's going to be my customer. After this call, he's going to get hopefully we'll get a PO by 31st.
You want a PO? You close them now.
Close him right here by 31st.
Right? ABC.
Trevor, just make sure we get the order.
He's staring his eye. No, I think this is the future. I really do. I think we all IT leaders. We set up our help desk. We set up genius bars in the office, right, to make it really easy for employees to come up and ask a simple question, get a simple answer, and be on their way. We put them back on a portal to go to create tickets. What they're doing is actually making it very easy for employees through a Slack or MS Teams to answer a question, right? And then we're going to hook up Workato the automation.
That's right.
Right, and then automate everything after that.
These guys have 70,000 workflow automation, so user can ask anything, go through this Workato as an engine.
Absolutely.
All right, so what we do cover a lot in almost every session that I lead is success and why, we're bringing it back to this morning, why winning matters and where we are today. Where you've been, a little bit about how you've been successful in the past, right, Snehal? And then what does winning look like for you today and tomorrow? And what did you learn about yourself? You weren't here. I said, you and I talked 19 months ago. You said, Hunter, it's going to be a great time to learn something about yourself, your family, your team, your organization, our industry. We had that conversation, remember?
Yeah.
Back March, April of last year. And I learned a lot. What's your answer to that question, the 3 parts?
So the first part is back to when I was, with my CIO hat on. As a CIO, there were kind of 2 core questions that I focused on. One was, how do I free my trapped capacity and redirect that towards creating a competitive advantage? And that was really the GE boardroom conversation. Trapped capacity was anything we're doing that doesn't create an advantage today, how do I get rid of, how do I automate, how do I replace? And so when you think about, back to I like this idea of I talk about their companies, they talk about my company, and it's all fun. But the ability to leverage AI, automation, integration, and so on to free up the trapped capacity of your organization so you can redirect those time and people towards higher value functions. That is kind of the essence of digital transformation. That's what I did at GE. That's what I did for the Department of Defense. And it's just been an awesome ride. And I think that, once again, these guys are able to identify and free trapped capacity for you through the use of automation and machine learning and AI. The other key question as a CIO was, how do I keep us out of the news? And the biggest problem I had was I had no idea if my security posture was actually working until I was breached. And by then it was too late. There was no way to test. Did I log the right data? Did I set up the right alerts, the right monitoring? And so the other problem I had, which I failed to solve multiple times until now, was how do I proactively fix those problems before the breach so that I'm in a better spot? So as a CIO, if you have 2 things you drive in your objectives, how do I free trap capacities and reinvest to create a competitive advantage? And number two, how do I keep myself out of the news by proactively finding and fixing security threats before criminals exploit them? That's your goals and objectives. That's how you execute. I think that's how you, and then you balance your innovation. So you're making bets in each of those two areas. I think you're going to have a pretty awesome experience. And that's kind of my MO for the past 10 years. My personal growth as a first-time founder was recognizing that you can't be a micromanager. You cannot think that you're in charge. My job as CEO was taking out the trash, making sure the bills got paid, making sure Gusto was set up for HR, so on and so forth, and fiercely protecting the engineering team to get their job done, which is very different versus a CIO when you're used to getting briefed to, for the most part. And it becomes very much an inverted pyramid model for the leader. And it's enabling, empowering, accelerating your team, and holding them accountable. But that was kind of my big personal growth, was flipping to be a bottoms-up organization that empowered versus a top-down organization that directed.
Okay, so it's a test. There's a third question you're not answering. What's success look like in the future?
So success is not getting complained to by my wife for not having really cool stuff in our house.
On business.
On the business side, honestly, it's funny, somebody asked, what's the exit strategy for Horizon 3? And financially, it's every single person in the company never has to work again. Right? That was kind of my answer to the investor.
Love it.
And if we can get to a point where nobody has to work again, we're good to go.
That's right.
And by proxy, if a junior dev never has to work again, I don't have to work again either. So that's
okay. I love it. Carter, over to you.
Yeah, I love your humbled answer on leadership. That's fantastic. You're a great leader to go work for. I think I remember 2 of the 3. What success look like for Workato? We want to be everyone's information superhighway. We want to be the largest enterprise application out there, connecting all your other SaaS applications and business processes together. That's what success looks like for us. On the personal front, became more vulnerable. I think just being at home every day and my kids showing up at 2 o'clock on my Zoom meetings and kind of exposing my personal life to my team and my colleagues. It was new for me. I was always kind of a private person, but actually I think it made me a better leader and business partner. And I forget the first question.
It's,
yeah, you forgot too.
No, it's, well, there are 3 questions, right?
Yeah, I know.
So the third question is, what is success in the future for your business?
Yeah, I mentioned information superhighway.
Right, okay. Then the other question was, in your career, what were the different things, the different learnings in your career?
Oh, learnings in my career?
Anything that sticks out.
No, I thought like I was that IT director back in early Salesforce days, just kept the lights on, worked on the weekends, worked late at night, didn't sell myself, didn't sell my team.
But isn't it about staying around positive people and positive companies and making decisions and knowing to get out?
Yes and no. I put myself in the corner. I worked myself in the corner. People were hired above me.
Okay.
My peers are going above me. I had to leave Salesforce and think about how to position myself differently as a leader.
Well, right. You did it. That's good for you. Great job. My friend Muddu.
All right.
3 questions.
I'm trying to recollect all the 3.
I got him.
I think the first one for me is, look, starting with the family, look, its key is family will suffer. If you're an entrepreneur, CEO at any level, right? As you grow in your career and doing it, your family will take always a back seat or something. Some parts will already give up. So it's a marathon. You got to do it. And I've been doing what now for 22 years, startup. So
nice.
And being startup and in big company. So your spouse, your kids, no matter what, will take some suffering. So you got to balance it out, right? It's not going to be easy because once you're an entrepreneur, your mind constantly be wired to think like this. And if you're not, then you're not a good CEO or CIO. So if you're stopping your job from 8 to 5, I don't think you should be in any leadership job. That's kind of where high tech is going today. And by definition, that means you need to have a family that takes care of that, and also you have to manage that, right? That's what's going to happen. Now, in terms of where the ups and downs that I've seen, look, it's a people business. No matter, the high tech is always about people. We create software, we create AI. That means it should be created with humans, right? Unfortunately, you need humans to write. We'll be at a point 10, 20 years from now, AI will create AI. I'm waiting for that. That's a singularity, right? We are not there yet. But that people business means you need to hire good people. In this business, it's always about people. You hire people, you trust them, and they'll do a good job. So, but keep on hiring. Get the talent with the top guys that you can get. I think earlier there somebody's talking about, right? It's never going to be easy to hire. It's a very tight labor market, but keep hiring good people, folks. If you get somebody on the street that's good, hire them. And doesn't have to be experience. Look, I hire a lot of people directly from college. Like I have people from Harvard, Stanford, UCLA, Berkeley, right? I get the young guys, right? How many people have you seen as a CIO? I used to talk to Hunter about, have you guys been as any CIO directly from college? Nobody. Why? Most CIOs like Workato, look at him. He's like what, 20, 30 years experience?
Yeah, to that.
He's very young guy, but 20 years.
Yes.
But your goal should be hire a CEO who is directly from college. You have CEOs like that. Mark Zuckerberg is a CEO, directly dropped out of college. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. So one thing we need to do is we need to invest in diversity. We need to invest in young people of all kinds. If somebody actually want to take my job, I'll be the first one. I'm too old for this.
So what does success look like for Aisera in the next 18 months?
Always success is only one thing, man. Just take the company IPO. And again, you have to time limit. Any company, if you don't go IPO in 9 to 10 years, in Silicon Valley, the most good investors will not back you up. It's like a teenager sitting in your house after you're 18. You know to get out of the house. Like that, you have 10 years to go IPO. After that, you're a dead company for any investor. So if I'm 4 years into it, I have only 6 years left to go IPO. That's it. Otherwise, you're not successful.
All right. Great job. Good job, guys. Nice panel.